Hello and welcome to Paranormal Path Peeps with Russ Bevan of Wednesbury Paranormal. How are you doing?
Hi Jackie, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about the
right.
name. That's Neil's fault.
Yeah. Always blame someone, eh? What's it
Yeah,
like?
yeah. I'm the original GB.
Oh, brilliant.
Mm.
Yeah, so you're with the team, Wednesbury Paranormal. You've been around, what, about 5+ years? Maybe longer, isn't it?
Yeah, the Wednesbury Paranormal, that's myself. Christ, I wish I was that young, you know. I've been doing it for years and years, so
Yeah.
yeah, Wednesbury Paranormal. And the Haunted Exchange, of course, now, so.
Yeah, so you've just had the Haunted Exchange on board, and I'll be speaking to Andy next Monday.
Yeah.
Shame he couldn't join us, but it's busy tonight. As
Yeah.
usual, I left everything to the last minute. As you do.
As usual, yeah. So
Yeah.
when's Paranormal and the Haunted Exchange are like one of the same company? It's just that Haunted Exchange was set up so we can incorporate spiritualist evenings, so we can do psychic suppers and tarot readings and house cleansings, etc. Well, you know, just a bit more of the spiritual side of things, whereas Wednesbury is mainly tech. So it's bringing the two realms together, so spiritual and science. So, you know, because let's face it, both categories, both genres can mix and cross the divide, and you know they haven't got to be separated. They should be as one.
Well, that's right. Yeah, I found that by doing sort of, you know, the paranormal side, I did want to do more of a spiritual side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have sort of opened up and I do pick things
That's
up.
definitely.
I'm impatient. I can't just go with yes, no all night. I want to know more.
Of course, when you're spiritually gifted, like obviously you are, and a lot of people out there, and I don't see what you guys see and visualize. I just go on my own barometer and my own senses, and then if I can validate that with such tech or whatever, you know, I can throw at it to validate, then surely best of both worlds is good for validation. Definitely. You know, I'm always I've gone from tech and physics and quantum mechanics and all my science buff and knowledge that I know, and then people like Andy and all the spiritualists I know, and witches even, you know, pagans, etc. They brought that into my caliber, and I'm helping them with the scientific side, and I'm definitely bridging that gap. And there's definitely something in it in between the two. I think some of the spiritual wordings and tech wordings are the same, just different wordings. So things that I say on vigil, location, investigation, spiritualists will say the same thing but with a different terminology. And I think it's just bringing it two together. In my opinion, that's all it is, only an opinion. But I do think there's definitely benefiting in both and knowing both.
That's right. You know, I didn't really think much of mediumship. I didn't actually believe in it. And, you know, I went sort of down the route of developing, and anyone can actually develop. So you can as well. And it's amazing, I see. Yeah, so Stu was at the National Justice Museum, I think, on Saturday. Awesome location.
Well, I actually started now because I just used to go straight into base tests on site. So I walk inside the base test like, you know, every true investigator should do. Take ambient temperatures, look for most of the environmental issues, tick them off your box, and then begin your investigation. But then eventually I got frustrated with just looking at environmentals and looking at temperature changes, and that's how I started looking at other aspects of what I can do to improve the investigation. And I got introduced to spiritualism via Andy. And again, at the very start, I thought, this is for wussies, you know. this isn't for me. I'm not going to sit there bloody and do yoga positions and meditate. It's never going to happen to me. But how wrong was I? You know, I mean, there is something in it I'm not sure about. Again, terminology, opening chakras, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the terminology, but there is something in changing your mood, your mindset, your energy, that your aura, expanding your aura. There is something in it to doing that prior to an investigation. You seem to get more activity and more information coming through on equipment, or perhaps on in your own body, your own techniques, your own sensitivity than you did if you didn't do it. So I'm all for anything, really, anything at all that will open channels of communication. So why not? But the more I've done it, the more I seem to get more hit rate. If you know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's right. I now sort of gone down the development route. I do find I do a lot of sort of energy work where I try and bring spirits towards me. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I don't know if I should be doing that, but it works.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
one thing I don't like, and I might upset a few people. I don't mean it personally. It's just when you go on an event, an evening, and there's like 7 or 8 mediums all fighting for the power of the ultimate medium. I hate that. It's a waste of time. You're sitting there and I go, well, I can see a man up the corner in his blazer, and then, well, I can see a 16-year-old Victorian girl, and it just becomes a farce, and it discredits anybody with true ability. So I try and limit the amount of when I plan an event on a night, I'll even look to see who's got spiritual gifts that way, and try and divide them out through the group on the evening, because otherwise it just becomes a farce. Yeah, because God knows what they're seeing, God knows what they're feeling. I don't know. Everybody experiences their own, don't they? Really, but when you've got like 48 mediums in a room battling it out, and 4 of them are trancing, and it just becomes an absolute farce. So
I totally get you, because I've had it before, and I try not to be part of the problem. Like, I don't call myself a medium, but I do pick things up. And like, if I get an image, and if I go on a public event, and it happens quite a lot, I'll pick things up. Like, they're doing table tipping, the guy's leading is asking questions, and there's one particular one who's going, is it 1400, 1450, 1500? Oh God. And it's just going on and on and on. I thought, oh, sod that. So I just threw a number out, and it was right. So then he's sort of going through names and stuff. So I just threw a name right. It was right. And he's like, how'd you do that? I thought, well, surely you've seen people do this before, and
exactly.
It was just, you thought the spirit were going, oh my God, they were getting I'm getting a bit infuriated by it. And, he's trying his best, and that's it. But if you link in, it does kind of cut to a chase. But you don't want to take over a room and sort of go, well, everything, do you? And people want their own experience, not to be told.
That's what it's all about. No, Claire. That's definitely what it's all about, though, isn't it? Andy, you all right, mate? Yeah. He's ducked out of this one. I know what he's like now. He's sitting in his pants, drinking a can of Skull or something.
I wish you could see his face.
Yeah.
It's just wonder what he wears next week.
His pink front.
Hi, Karen.
No, Karen. It's just the people who are on your evening, or the people you go investigating with. I just think you should quantify what groups they're in. So obviously you've got a medium, a spiritualist, blah blah blah, with an investigator, tech investigator, historian. You should put people in their places on a true investigation. But I have been on nights where I'm just sitting there and just shaking my head, not because I'm laughing at the mediumship that's coming through. It's just that there's so many of them, and you can see it's a narrative. People are following this narrative, depending on how can I put it, stronger willed the medium is on the night. So they'll all follow them, and I'm there going, well, can't we quantify that, what you've just picked up with some tech? And only the majority of the mediums we were with, like Andy, Gary, Fields, etc. They will now honour that and do that, but a lot of them will just go, "Well, that's it. I'm in trance now," and then I'm wobbling about the room, rolling on the floor, and I'm just thinking, don't discredit yourself. That's why it's given a bad name, and it shouldn't be. It definitely can work hand in hand together, both genres.
That's right. Like I don't ever try to take over. If I do get something, I'll just keep quiet. And then at some stage, if not a lot's coming through, I'll mention a bit, but I'm not going to do the whole. I'm not. It's not right.
You should sit there and see how it's panning out, and
that's
then
right. I do.
jump in as and when. Like, when Andy's Andy Moore's doing his psychic drawings, he'll sit there and
they're incredible. They really are.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then he'll draw them while you're working away, and then 9 times out of 10 he's validated what we've all picked up as a group. So definitely something in that for sure.
Yeah, we've actually got some good mediums here watching. We've got Sue, Sue's a brilliant medium, Karen's a brilliant medium, Andy, of course, as well.
Yeah.
And Carl picks up quite a lot. And and like years ago, I didn't think much of mediumship, and now I pick up, and I don't say I am, but I just get things.
Well,
isn't it?
Haven't you found Haven't you found over the years, though, that the more you've done, the more you've opened up? Because that's definitely the way I've done it. It's going from totally non-believer, thinking it was for wussies, and it's definitely changed the fabric of my day-to-day thinking and day-to-day life. Because as I said, I was just purely kit, purely tech. All I wanted to know about was messing about with radios and beta, alpha, delta waves, and that still plays a big part in my investigation. But it has changed me getting to know all these mediums and spiritualists for sure. It's changed the way. It's changed me as a person, to be honest. I'm a lot more softer than I used to be. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, but it's definitely changed me as a person. Well, it should be good, because if you read people's teachings in spiritualism, it's a good thing. You find your own path and helps you reach kind of enlightenment. So I'm a large, but it's a beer belly from Saturday.
I love the outfit, Alistair. I really did. That's cool. Dressed as a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, he made about 4. He made about 4 changes, didn't he? He come down as a Ghostbuster. He was a Peaky Blinder, and then he was a French maid at the end of the night.
I missed that one. I didn't get a photo of the French maid at all. Sort of left. I left and then took 2.5 hours getting home. Should bring 1 1/4, so don't know what sat nav we're doing.
It was worth it. But for anybody who's listening who don't know, we held I don't want to use certain words and phrases because it upsets people. A party, launch night, para network, or whatever you want to call it. But we invited about 30, 40 different teams from around the area, well, up and down the country, to come and share an evening with us for launch night of the Haunted Exchange. And it went really well. We had karaoke and drinks and a good laugh, didn't we? So it went really well. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. Jackie, thank you for making that journey as well. So
no, it was just lovely. Like you did something similar last year. You sort of did a pub crawl around Walsall, which was nice.
Yeah, that was good. Apart from a few people being throwing up outside my local kebab shop.
Victoria, no names.
Yeah. But the thing was, as well, we raised money for breast cancer awareness.
It as well, look.
Yeah. Oh. Breast cancer awareness got a little gift as well from us from the raffle, and
that was nice.
That's what we want to do. We just want to support people and support everybody what they do, because I've noticed this year particularly it's been worse than ever for fallings out and backstabbing and skullduggery and. Why? I don't know why. We're all in it for the same reason. It doesn't matter whose K2's bigger than another K2 or whose cat ball's got more shiny flash than another one. Who gives a shit? Sorry to swear. It's past 9. No. Who cares? Let's just experience what we all experience. We all know what we get on events and investigations. Let's keep it at that. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you sit on. If you're a total skeptic, you shouldn't be forcing people's hands with skepticism, because you're different to what somebody else is. And my belief system, your belief systems are different, but just respect them. That's all we want. And the egos this year, oh my God. No. I mean, people might call me and say, I've got an ego probably appearing on this show now, but I mean, I don't want to even, I don't want anything from it. I just want to make people friends and happy and create memories. If that's a bad thing, then fair enough, then it is, so be it. But it doesn't matter. Let's just all enjoy it together like we did Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. It was good, and a lot of people did mix, and you know, I sat with John Smith and
paralytic activities.
Paralytic activities.
And even Mitch comedy
Ian Hideous as well.
So he tells ghost stories. He's on the radio getting people in for ghost stories. Let people's experiences being documented, which I'm a big believer in, because when you pass or I pass, we're going to take so much wealth of history of incidents on location, and we're not going to be documented. Whereas people like Ian Hideous is on the radio show, your stories are documented and validated for the legacy going forward. So paralytic activities you mentioned there, they're just the fun aspect of the paranormal.
They're brilliant.
Their podcast is just taking the mickey out of everything.
Definitely.
And so there's room for all genres. You know, I like a good laugh. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the rudest buggers you'll know, and there's no filter.
Look at the name.
Yeah, but you get me on a vigil or you get me on location, and I'm as serious as punch, and I'll take everybody's belief system into my methods, and I've always done it that way. So you've got to enjoy it.
You have,
because it's a dark subject, it's a taboo subject, and you shouldn't really know about it. The divine one, the main person who's governing these rules, the universal rules, doesn't want us to know until we do pass. So it's a dark subject, and it can affect you mentally. It can affect you mentally seriously. So
I've seen that happen as well.
Yeah.
I really
I've been affected by it. I'm not going to lie. I've been affected from it. Certain things have happened to me, and I didn't realise my mental decline at the time. And people close to me know that I've suffered with it, and that's why I'm an advocate for it. Oh, bless her. Thanks, Sarah. It's such a dark subject, and I mean, I try and be an advocate for it now if I can, based on my experiences. And it saddens me to see the state of some of these people who just watch a few TV shows. Next thing you know, they've gone and bought an Ecto-1 REM pod or a teddy bear, and then they're going out thinking they're ordained exorcists from the Vatican. And it scares me. And I mean, I'm not saying it's a spiritual attack they're witnessing, but they're walking into negative energy. They're walking into an environment where there is mental health, and said subjects may be on antidepressants. These are all the tick boxes, a survey you're supposed to do before you do help anybody spiritually. They're just walking in with a teddy bear with a cat ball in and going, okay, demons be gone, enter the teddy bear of Satan. And I mean, it's dangerous, not because of spiritual attachments, demons, folklore. It's because of the negative energy. I mean, I may have been 30 years. I think twice about it first, because you don't know what environment you're walking into. You think it's fun, you know, you're walking into something like that, and this is where the TV obviously writes for entertainment purposes only. This is where the TV are influencing a lot of people. I wouldn't necessarily say mainstream TV, but a lot of YouTube channels could be doing that, and they need some kind of, how can I put it, control mechanism, because it's creating a lot of people who are walking in. I'm only thinking of people's safety and mental health. I mean, need to be prepared for it. I mean,
this is a big one, Karen. About giving readings and being mindful of people's mental well-being.
Exactly, Karen. Exactly, and it's the same.
You've got to word things carefully, and That's why I keep away from personal readings.
Yeah.
I don't like crying, and it's so hard.
I went on a spirit rescue case. That's what I like to call them, because it probably needs a different wording, but you're going in to help somebody. I don't know. They're having alleged. I mean, nine and a half times out of 10, it's something. It's something that's environmental. You walk in and the child's being. I think the child's being possessed. It's getting headaches. It's visual. Its vision is being disturbed. It's not sleeping. The child's not sleeping. And 9 times out of 10, they've got a broadband router stuck up the corner, blasting out 3 gig of data. They've got 4 TV screens. 2 of them got Xbox. 1 of them's got PlayStation on, and they've got these on these on standby all night. And these waves that I spoke about earlier are affecting their mindset when they're sleeping. There's a lot of power being generated.
Definitely.
And children today don't go about on their BMXs and choppers like we do. No, so they're stuck in these frequencies all day, all night, and it's going to affect their mental health. I feel so sorry for them. But again, so this family who's got a depressed child or a mentally ill child, or from not being out, B12 deficient, vitamin D deficient, goes and watches, I don't know, a YouTube channel about possession. And the next thing you know, the parents are believing it. And okay, I'm not saying a small percentage. There's something there, but who knows what these energy fields, can be doing? They can be perhaps distorting physical objects, perhaps causing DVPs. You know what I mean? Who knows? This surge of energy, because everything is energy. We're energy. That's what it could be attributed to. We don't know, because we can't understand it. So I can't binaural beats, delta, beta, alpha waves. You could throw quantum mechanics into there, quantum physics into there. All this stew of science could be changing and moving matter. I mean, look at sound frequency, sound vibration. That's been proven to manipulate matter. Opera singers breaking glasses, and the Egyptian pyramids were supposed to have been created by sound vibration. So anything's possible, and with all the new technology, we're just perhaps enhancing that. But yeah, just going back to my point, just please, if you're doing things like that are personal to a family, don't turn up with a teddy bear and a cat ball in its tummy. And think about it, or ask somebody who's not level-headed. That's being disrespectful, but just be wary what you do.
Yeah, I was given 3 cases within a week, and I work closely with a medium, and if I go into a house, I need a medium with me. I'm not going in to play ghost busting.
No, you don't. That's the last thing you want to do is contact it. If you want to help a family, you don't contact it and talk to it. You're enhancing it if there's something there.
You try to get their story first and see what's happening.
Yeah.
And then
I've had that. I've had people phone us to say, can you come in, my child's suffering. And then you walk in and you go through your checklist of the child on, or the person on medication. You do all your background checks first before you even attempt if it's worthy. But and then you say, if it's affecting your kid, you want banishment, you want removal before we contact spiritualists. And they go, no, we like it. And I go, well, your child's being affected. So you just try and get rid, don't you? Or first thing I look at is broadband router. Look at electronics. I look at even the feng shui of the building, the way mirrors facing each other. And Terry. Terry enjoyed herself Saturday as well.
Yeah, it was lovely to see Terry.
Yeah, you look at all the factors, don't you? First, just what can be causing it before you even dabble with thinking it's paranormal.
Yeah, that's right. It's like one of the cases. It just didn't wash with me, and she kept phoning me, and even if she's out walking, and then within like a minute, she's been attacked by something. And it just didn't wash. I couldn't, and it was like, just keep away from it. You know, I just got that in my head. So I referred her to a spiritualist church, and I wondered if it was like the mental health sort of job.
Yeah.
But it's how you sort of mentioned that.
Yeah.
But the first thing that the SNU mentioned was to go to a doctor, which she did, and that's it, isn't it?
I remember driving all the way to Derby, I think, and I think it was Andy, and this lady was saying that the child's getting visited through the night. I've got evidence, and okay, so show us this evidence, and we got there, and she showed us this grainy infrared camera footage from inside the bedroom, and she's obviously been watching the programs again, and there was so much. I'm not going to say dust. Well, it is dust, but you know what I mean. There's lots of clouds of it, and it was the cheapest infrared camera system you could think of. And this poor lady had believed it was spiritual. I mean, there's lots of fabric elements in the air, just particulate moisture in the room because there's a humidifier, and it was like she got addicted to it. She was like there. Well, every time a child was asleep, she'd be watching this infrared camera, and the spirits are here again. Spirits are here again. Help me, help me. And I'm going, oh my God, you know, I just travelled, 40, 50 miles for this. Just turn the bloody thing off or buy a new camera and everything's resolved.
Yeah. So that case, though, got the SNU involved, and she sort of contacted them. She went to see them, and then straight away she found a team who went round and investigated her house. Okay, then enjoy. You know what I mean? It just wasn't right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know
it's her choice.
You make that contact, you make that decision in your house, and then I'm not saying you're opening a portal or you're not opening this channel of communication, but the intention's there. So with that intention's creating a stream, an energy stream, and that energy stream again can be used for visitations and contact. So please, if you're doing it in your own house, all you're doing is, I'm not going to say you're opening a portal because that's over dramatizing it, but what you're doing, you're putting the intention and you're making it easier for that information, that energy to come to you. So just be careful.
Yeah, you've got to be prepared for it. I haven't really dabbled in my house, but in the dining room, I've got 2 dolls. I've also got some other items, and things do happen in my house. Like I washed up, I had my tea, I sat down for a bit, and then the hot tap started running. Well, is it a pressure, whatever issue? I don't know why it does it, but
it's pure intention, isn't it? It's pure about energy matches energy. Energy resonates on energy. So if you're negative, that's you're attracting negative. So that's why you've always got to try and keep on a high vibration. And that's some of my spiritual teachings that I've had. So keep your vibration high, and better things will come. Better spiritual aspects will come your way. And I know it's hard because life is a sod, and it can be a grind. But look at ways to always higher your vibration. Be it art, be it music, doing things you like, and then you'll keep the negatives at bay. And that's just the way of the world anyway. It doesn't have to be spiritual to do that. That's just life. We'll see.
That's right. Carl has been getting a lot in his house.
Yeah. Has Carl's changed his perspective on life, done something new recently, changed the way
his family the house kind of at the back his family used to live in, or in the street near, and one of the houses went, and then his house was built over where another one was, and you think somebody visits from there, you see. But with it picking things up anyway. So oh yeah, definitely detention.
Oh dear, Andy.
I'll send you to a room with Russell singing for a bit.
So we know what to get Andy for Christmas. He needs a new watch.
I bet you.
Yeah.
Some people like to feed the drama.
Yeah.
Others just wish their loved ones are making themselves known. We're looking
That's
into
it, yeah.
anything spiritual. That's it. And like when you get somebody posting the dust photo on Facebook, you know, you have to be careful because they want it to be great aunt, whatever, or the mum, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and you don't want to destroy their hopes, their dreams, and I mean, but there's other ways and other signs, isn't there? We all know what the signs are. You feel it, you know.
Right.
Thing is, when your loved ones pass, and this is my thing, part of you, as you know, with the emotion, you pass with them because you're the same DNA strand, you're the same genealogy, you're crossing with them, and part of quantum theory, quantum mechanics, is this attachment, universal attachment. So they can be wherever they are in the afterlife, and you're still part of that link. So those energy fields, those energy streams will open up from time to time, depending on various environmental factors, and you are them. We are one, aren't we? You know, the old universal conscious thing. So we are one. So they're always with you. They're not gone. You're with them. You are them. And that's the whole concept of and getting your mind around that. Yeah, they're never gone. They're always there with you, and that's the beauty of it. And people like Andy and Gary and Carl and Terry, etc., they can tap into that, whereas we can't at the moment because we're still opening up to it. And that side of it intrigues me. The energy side of it intrigues me because that's what they're picking up on.
I sort of love working with energy. Like I love doing energy circles, and who knows what's going to happen after that.
Oh,
and
definitely. I mean, the power of an energy circle on Vigil is amazing, and
it is.
I mean, I can tell you about something that happened to me last Saturday at Bromwich Hall, the Manor House. So the first thing I do, first Vigil, as we know, normally on a night is pretty crap. It's normally getting to know you, who's in the circle, and the first Vigil is always a flat one. But we did an energy circle right away. I did a few old incantations. We created this energy field, and it's not the energy really that's created in the circle. It's the linked consciousness, if you know what I mean. They're all, once you've got them relaxed, once you've got them in a zone, blank zone, you know, the mind's totally blank and fully open to receive information. The dynamic changes, and this Vigil one on last Saturday, Saturday before, this opened something for sure. They all became antennas, in my opinion. Antennas are this universal frequency that resonates, and they all tuned into the same thing. And it got physical. One girl I saw with her head in a scrunch, tight scrunch. I don't know if Evie's watching. She'll validate it. We all sat there and watched this big, thick strand of hair, probably about an inch, physically get pulled from a scrunch, come down her face, side of her cheek, and then you saw tension on this strand of hair.
Wow.
And this was witnessed by 10 people. 10 people witnessed that, and Dennis, I don't know if he's watching it, he watched it as well.
That's fantastic.
So that, as you say, that energy circle, that collective consciousness, that collective circle of energy can create whatever, you know, that communication, that link.
Yeah, that's why I sort of book locations and invite experienced people who are just willing to go for it, who sort of, they get on and they're not going to sort of go for the centre stage. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want one medium just coming in and just taking over the whole thing.
No.
But, you know, generally I do go out with mediums and we're all getting our own thing, and then we'll like collectively get the energy together and see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I've been thinking of ways how I can, you know, I'm not clever enough to design something, but it'd be nice to see what type of wattage a circle creates, if you know what I mean, from start to end. See what type of energy you're actually building up from that, you know, that set circle of bodies there. So it'd be interesting. And everybody resonates a different energy, a different frequency as well. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a way you could capture all that, and I don't know what you could do. I'm not I'm not a future seer.
You are clever on the tech side. Like, your experiments are brilliant.
Yeah, I try and think outside the box. The team think outside the box. I ask them to think outside the box. I don't know how silly it seems. Let's just go for it. You never know, dude. It's
you don't
testing. No.
You see, I'm not very good with ideas. I just go along to energy circle. Energy. See what I can get and see what happens and create havoc around us. Whatever. It's great. But here's a question: Help My House is Haunted. They investigate and get rid of spirit in people's homes. In that,
no.
I agree. They have to see what's there as medium, and Ian's very good. When you walk in.
I can't ever say that. In my own opinion, I'm not going to upset people. People that say people watch the TV. It's totally up to them, and I don't want to upset. These people are good investigators.
Yeah,
but I can't think you can totally. It's free will, isn't it? We've got free will as humans. Spirits have got free will. So okay. If you believe in that crossing over, fair enough. That might. But if they want to come back, it's still there. You've got to have a serious religious belief to think the heaven. I'm going through the pearly gates. Blah blah blah. But we're talking about energies. We're talking about energies that don't want to move. We've got to talk. It's too complicated, and I'm not saying mediums don't help and then move them on. Yeah, fair enough. They give them peace somehow. They definitely do something. I'm not, as I say, skilled enough to do that. But watching it on the TV, I've got to keep the jury open on that one, I'm afraid. But I've been in places where it's all clean now, apparently, and it's still the same old souls there, or energies there, sorry.
Well, that's right. Like this well-known medium at some stage, he made a big thing about going to East Drive and clearing it of spirit. Well, okay. Really?
But there is something here. I've seen too many people, and I keep mentioning Andy because I only keep mentioning Andy because I work with Andy. But I've seen him physically cross, and we've asked for validation. They've crossed, and my gear has gone off when we've requested validation of a crossing or of comfort. But again,
I mean, felt it. Yeah,
you felt it. Yeah, for sure. There's something in it for sure, definitely for sure. But I can't see a hit rate being prolific every time, if you know what I mean. If it's free will, there's free will in man, there's free in physical, there's free will in spirit too. Plus, as I say, I keep mentioning this energy, this unquantified energy that we deal with. We're still trying to understand that can remain as an intelligent. I'm going to get deep now in relation to my own thought processes, but I do believe that we're in a constant energy field, clouds of energy that float around us. Some of it's intelligent, some of it's residual. And I think this energy field we tap into can mimic loved ones, characters of history from within the building that you're investigating, or you bring this energy field, it's like a cloud Wi-Fi signal you're carrying around with you daily. And so the cloud, this is the cloud as in Google, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think we carry these bubble streams, these drives around with us, and that can mimic its intelligent processes. And I'm a big believer in that. I think we're tapping into an energy stream, intelligent or residual. I don't know. It's just strange. There's something in. I think that's probably because of my ITC bias and studying Jorgensen and Rodiv and similar scientists who've worked with frequencies, radio, energy, and there's definitely something there. I mean, scientifically, I've been blown away by some of the research I've done, but I'm just not clever enough. I'm not at that stage where I can tap into it, and I do need the help of some of these developers for my ideas to be able to create it. I mean, if you study, I don't know if it was Rodiv, he found a frequency on a radio that was actually, he believed, was heaven, the sounds of heaven. He found a frequency. I mean,
Okay.
Tesla done so much work in relation to frequencies, radio waves. He stumbled on something that could have changed the way we all live. You know, we obviously had the free energy theory. He had that universal energy, but he found something, and I'm sure he did, of in relation to other dimensions. And reading about what he did, and that's why he was stopped, and that's why he was poo-pooed. It wasn't just Faraday with the free energy situation. He tapped into other universal, if you want to call them spiritual energies, and he tapped into it with his work, and that's why he was poo-pooed, and that's why he lived like a hermit and died the way he did, and they hid all his secrets, all his technology. That man was a god. You know, if he was walking to the earth today, he would have been a god. So
that's right.
Sorry, I'm just waffling on.
No, it's intriguing. It really is. I just believe that wherever you go, you've got people who've got family around them. If they say that, if you are mediumistic, you've got a beacon above your head, or again, then you've got energy with a building. So you go in a place anywhere, and there's something there. Bit with you, by or whatever.
And people like you and the other mediums on here are decoding this information. So one of our loved ones pass, and they're with us. You're seeing it. The mediums are seeing it. They're decoding it because the way their brains functioned.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it as energy, but they're there. That's from in the crossover between spiritual and tech science. It's there. It's the same thing, and that's going back to my point.
That's right.
It's just the way we decode things. We're all different.
It's the way your mind works, isn't it? Because I'm saying similar to you, but the way my head works.
That's exactly my point. But I'm crap at pulling things across.
Spirit energy. You say the clouds.
It's energy.
It's still
the clouds. The clouds.
Whatever we call it, isn't it?
And it's just the way we decode things. We all decode things differently. We all got our own emotions, our own program, our own internal biological program to decode. It's like the way we see things. You know, you see things of different colours to me because we're not all perfectly, we're all perfectly seeing colours. Same with hearing. We can all pick up different hearing pitches than other people.
Yeah.
You know, and the scary thing is with hearing and seeing is that we only see a small bandwidth. And we only hear a small bandwidth of an infinite bandwidth. So what else is going on?
That's right.
Well, things we can't see.
And they also say like the younger you are, you pick up like the higher frequencies.
Definitely.
With the hearing. Whereas are we missing out a lot? So you get sort of younger ones probably hearing a voice, and we don't because. You've got loads, haven't you, really?
And the crossover with younger ones, because of that hearing when they get born and the vision, that's why they see more spiritual aspects until everything's calibrated. Until their biological mindset's calibrated, they're seeing and experiencing things that we may find as spiritual or as ghostly, should I say?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So Carl says, if our Yorkshire Terrier goes missing in the house, you can find him in the back bedroom, sat looking in the mirror, and he just stares at her. And Carl sent photos as well.
The first ever scrying dog.
Yeah. No, I've seen he sent a few photos, and
oh, bless him.
I know.
Awesome.
Animals do pick up on things.
Jacob's ladder for energies. I don't terrier. I love dogs. I mean, I'm absolutely avid lover of dogs, and I would.
How you doing? Need to contact you, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if John mentioned it. Guess what? Invited to come on the show.
Well, space and time. Exactly, Sue. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's free. Free will. At the end of the day, free will. You can help them. You can help them visually or spiritually. If you want
Karen,
to
how you doing? It's lovely to see you. It really was. Yeah.
First time I've seen Karen not drunk. Still got hangover.
And Karen singing.
Mm.
Yeah, Karen did some singing. No, it's great to see you, Karen.
So yeah, obviously going back to pets and etc. Obviously going back to what I just said about what we all can see and hear, and we're only in a small set frequency of a bandwidth of what we can see and hear. Pets are on another level, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if Carl's got a mirror that perhaps has, if you want to call it an attachment, or if it's got some kind of trauma attached to it, then this dog is obviously attracted to it, isn't he? And he's tuning into that vibration, that frequency coming from the mirror. So that's really interesting. Carl, yeah.
Do you think your missus will mind if you nick the mirror and bring it to me?
I'd probably break it if I looked into the mirror. I'll let you look in the mirror. I'll probably break it. Just looking at the world in a different way. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly where it is, Terry. Yeah, exactly.
I went round to my sister's last night, and my nephew is on the spectrum, and she's sort of saying when he was younger, the stuff he was coming out with, which he wouldn't know about. So whether it's related to past lives or he did have a friend as well who he used to speak to all the time. And yeah, and he always sort of described it to my sister.
So, hear it first on Paranormal Path. Jackie said that all you mediums have got wired brains differently. You're all on the spectrum.
No, I didn't. No.
No, that all it is. You've got different decoders. You've got different decoding systems.
But it was when he was younger, he picked up more as well. And as he's got older and is now 23, he is getting less stuff. He's twisting things, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like my brain's wired up. I can only get 5 channels, like a TV. I can get 5 channels and Babe Station, whereas you guys can get like full-on satellite dish versions, can't you? You can get like Sky Cinema. You've got like a dodgy box. You can get everything. And that's just seriously. That's the way I put it. You guys are more open. Your satellite dish is probably bigger than some person who probably isn't. And I love the fact you can do it. It's amazing.
That's right.
It encourages children, students to follow their thoughts and these panel sensory. Yeah, I agree.
And these things are getting more open now.
Yeah,
we can talk to people more about it.
Yeah, we could do with like a Xavier's School of Mediumship, can't we? You know, they're like X-Men. So anybody who's got mediumship talents can go to the school. Why not? I'll tell you what. I'll put it down now. It's like they'll fund education to go and learn some stupid classes on social media classes. Why can't we fund a mediumship school or people with spiritual talents for that side? Why can't we have a school to go and learn that? Because I'm telling you now, mediums would be of more use than learning about the life of Robbie Williams or Take That. You know what I mean? So do it. Can you get topless starts? That was Bravo. You got the wrong channel there, John.
Oh, bless you.
Topless starts.
I don't know. I used to see RTL. That were ropey back in the day.
I remember that. My poor black lab used to jump up, hide under the table because she was being terrorised by Bliss. Speak about his age,
yeah. So, gosh, I think I spoke to Karen maybe 2 to 3 years ago, and then actually realised she knew some friends. So, you know, one day she sort of commented and said she lived in a haunted house. So I thought, oh, you know, come and talk about it. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of investigating against it.
We should be allowed to take dogs on events. I really do. I really do think in our arsenal, our toolbox, I'd love to be able to take a dog with us just to see how it gets on.
He's obviously
take a load of poo bags and bonios. I've been on a ghost hunt where we took a little puppy before, and bless her, she was a little bit. I think she got a little bit spooked from there.
Welcome, Starlight.
Peeing on the Ouija board. Hi, hello, Jen, which one you are. Yeah. Have you got over your hangovers? The military still fun, so yeah, good point. I do tell you, you're right.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
So there was a mass initiative from the military, and it all stemmed from the Nazis in World War II, and that did. Yeah. There was something in it, as you say. Remote viewing was a big thing.
Hey, you've got a medium here. Hello.
Oh, Gaza, you're all right, mate.
Brilliant medium.
Good lad, Gaz is. Yeah, good lad.
I love how Gaz works.
Yeah.
He just like he gets his team to link up with your guides, and then you're seeing everything happening. And I recently booked Matlock Pavilion, and Gaz came along, and it. Oh,
well, I do think Gary's an alien. To be honest, he's not of this earth, is he? He's just Gary the Grey.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I told you a joke about the Christ.
No, we're not.
No, Craig, no.
No, we're not doing that one.
Ask your dad. Yeah. I'll be banned from Facebook for life.
You can't do that one.
No, I can't do that one.
I'm in the US at the moment, so we can't do that one.
Ask your dad, Craig.
Hi, Michelle, Haunted Heritage.
Hi, Michelle.
Great team, lovely team. Also, she's met Gary as well.
Yeah. You never get, wow, what a session on stage. Yes, Gaz, you and Jackie had a session.
We had a session. And,
well, Gary told me he was fussy.
I tell you what, that stage is always mad. I book it every year, and it's where I first realised that this sort of stuff does exist. So it's where I had this scary experience, and this is why I do it every week.
Yeah.
Because of Matlock Pavilion, but I need to book that.
Yeah. The film Men Who Stare at Ghosts, Military Sidekicks. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good film. No, seriously, they did have especially the Nazis.
Oh yeah, you need to hear him say it, but
goats. But JT is a story.
It was.
But the Nazis actually uncovered quite a lot in relation to what they did, and so Terry's definitely right on that. Utter madness night.
Oh no, that was a different night, Michelle. No, every time I'm on that stage, something happens. The night Michelle was there, we did an energy circle, which I usually do, and all hell breaks loose. And we're all in a circle. We've got somebody sitting on the chair in the middle because we felt something was like around her. So we decided to protect her with this circle on stage. All of us, most of the people there were mediums as well. So here we go. High energy level. All of a sudden, almighty crash from the side of the stage. The energy circle broke. Spirit rushed through a medium who'd by then jumped on the girl on the chair and both toppled onto the stage. And it was absolute crazy. And that ended up in the Haunted Mag. Because Phil got to write about it, and Sarah. And it was an amazing night. Then someone says, "Oh, it can't be true because she didn't film it." Okay, whatever.
As I said, though, it's everybody's. Well, Shiny, it's everybody's own experiences, isn't it? Now, if you've had a mass experience like that between you, then who's anybody else to debunk that? You know, it's your own experiences, and nobody should commit. You know, it's your own belief system.
Right. It's JB
your own feelings
there as well. Wandering spirits, and it's just one of them carnage nights.
Yeah, I mean, like when I'm doing when I'm on investigation, I know what's tangible and what's not, but I'm never going to comment. It's up to the person to experience or debunk themselves. I mean, that's their responsibility to debunk themselves.
We do try, but I'm sorry if somebody is then physically sick, and they just have to get out. Exactly, what you witnessed. Why should we tell what? Yeah, exactly. And this is what I so love about paranormal. It's what you experience personally.
That's it.
What people around you witness.
And that's why I can't understand why people at the minute and the climate is poisonous, and everybody's debating each other. And so, okay, fair enough. There's times where I suppose the commercial aspect comes into it, doesn't it? That people, are getting likes and ticks and getting paid on social media. And then Okay, it's fair enough, but you know what I mean, don't take other people's or they try and disrespect other people for what they've experienced, and that's all I'm saying. Just
right.
please keep it. I've just had some respect. I mean, that's what half the arguments are at the moment. I'm seeing arguments between skeptics and spiritualists and tech people, and people saying, "Oh, your tech's crap. EMF and frequencies, blah blah blah, don't exist." When I'm arguing, no, it's tangible because it's science. And I've got spiritualists getting slated because of their visualizations and what they're experiencing, but obviously other people can't see and hear what you're feeling, so you can't express that. That's why I got got Andy making drawings. Keep saying Andy again, but he's drawing what people are picking up, via tech. So that's kind of cross validation, especially when I know he doesn't research your place, or we don't research your place, and then names are turning up on our tech and he's drawing characters, and that's the thing. Work together, for God's sake. Everybody work together. Right. We're all achieving the same thing.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered with it. And that's why when people meet up, like, we all met up, about 150 of us. It went out onto the Haunted Mag as well. I advertised it. Anyone in the area could have gone. And a lot of like-minded people went. We had a good laugh, didn't we? And that was it. And, you've got the Parameets and you've got other events, Festival Unexplained. And, there's all these places.
And us, don't forget our Parapeeps. Our Parapeeps are legendary now.
Oh, no.
I just think at the end of the day, I just think it's a better world if we all work together and we all join forces. As I said at the start, it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on. You got to say John and Neil are on there. They're the comedy aspect of it.
That's it.
I say what, if you go on site and just mess about all day, I went to East Drive thinking, Christ, this is going to be crap. I'm just going to take a few beers, sit there in a chair and have a laugh with the lads, because I just thought it was overhyped. And I reckon the neighbour was probably knocking the door or knocking the walls, etc. And I went there with just an attitude thinking, if anything happens, it happens. But I ain't going to put no effort in. And I'll tell you what, I had one of the best nights I've had, activity-wise, going in with that mindset than I've had anywhere else. And I mean, things happened to me that night that I still can't explain to this day. That night's a great, but the next day is painful.
Wow.
It depends what you was doing, Alistair.
I was on Coca-Cola all night. I wasn't wearing fancy dress. Well, I was wearing one outfit all night.
Last time I saw Alistair, he was running around with 2 Jägermeister shots and a bottle of lube. So no wonder he was in pain.
Is that the French maid outfit he's wearing as well?
Yeah, the French maid outfit. But seriously,
they are. Yeah, that's it. And
as Terry says there,
if you're interested, like, we all go in, we all say the same sort of thing, and it's all awkward, isn't it? When you arrive, it's like, oh God, here we go again, and they probably think the same. And the first vigil's always hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just got to settle down. Everyone's got to settle down into the energy and start working and seeing what they can get.
So what you've got to do, and this is again thinking outside the box, and it's how do they see us? How is our energy level perceived at their end of the spectrum? If they do exist as they were physically, how do they see us? Do they see us as light? Do they see us as ourselves?
I'd practice one as well, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of thought needs to go into that as well. Again, obviously, spiritualist mediums, etc., see them as physical flashbacks, whatever way you see them.
Yeah.
But for a normal tech-savvy person like me, it would help me to communicate if I knew how they saw us. And that's one of the questions we ask, do you see us as light? Can you hear us? These are questions that, if we could answer, would help matters.
Yeah.
So there's somebody sock in the other room. They're all laughing and joking. All right, exactly, mate. That's the way it is. I mean, I've been on with some, that invest with some teams who just deadpan, won't laugh, won't do nothing. They just sit there with a tray of, a tub of sandwiches, sat there all night and sitting in the dark. We know nothing, just listening, which is fair enough. I'm not knocking that. Not knocking it at all, just listening all night. But I probably want to get bored to death. 2 I'd eat all my sandwiches within about 3 seconds. And for, you've got to try and at least entice them somehow. Something. Right, you've got to have something, haven't you? And this is why I understand about...
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's exactly it, Andy. I've often thought about giving gifts and offerings, like the old days, like the old, the pagan rituals, to entice them. And I think that's where a lot of the magic, the candle work comes in on some orders, because it's an offering, isn't it? And that's the way you get to draw them in. Heard that then, lol. Question anyway.
Straight that question the only way says love vibes.
Don't speak or know them. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Definitely is.
On one end, the pastor said they saw us as shadows. You know how we can see them as shadows. Like people go around all shadow people. No, the way I see it, I think it's just spirit, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a different genre, isn't it? Altogether, the shadow people. Everyone loves a gift. Yeah, Andy. Yeah, that's right. To give any alpha interaction with spirit energy.
Yeah, which I do. And
that's why I'm always so bloody knackered, because you're giving that energy for them to use. You're giving them permission to use your energy. Here you go, have my life force, so you can come and knock. Have my life force, so you can knock on the wall twice to a question. But seriously, that's what we do. We're offering them a life force for that evening to interact. And no wonder we're always bloody knackered.
Oh, no, don't send stars.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I tried to take that off. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Oh.
I mean, what we should all do is everybody, like say, for example, here tonight, because I'm hearing, I'm getting ideas of people who are messaging in here. If we could all collaborate and come together with these ideas and discussion points, then surely that's a lot more constructive than just coming on a podcast and slagging each other off. I tend to steer clear of the podcast, only because I trust you, Jackie, now. I try and steer clear of them all because I'm scared to say anything. If you express your opinion or your mythology on the way you investigate on it and somebody doesn't like it, then next thing you know, there's a hate campaign against you. Somebody's slating you. But
I won't tolerate it. Everyone's got their own views, but just leave people alone.
Exactly. And everybody's different. Everybody's got different ideas. And I keep stressing throughout this show. And let's just respect it. Respect it in the day. It's just that I get on my high horse when people's safety's in hand, all family safety, as I say, going back to the spirit rescue nights. Just steer clear. Please let them seek professional help. I'm not saying that's professional help in relation to investigators. I mean, I'm thinking, as you mentioned,
be aware of what you're doing, what you might be causing.
Definitely, for sure.
That's it. But there's one thing that I've had quite a shit like. On an investigation, you'll go up and say, oh, can you go towards that candle, that black box, that thing? Well, what exactly can they say? Because they are going up to it. They are doing what you ask. So how does that work then? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange. I just, as I said, going back to my own theory, is this intelligent cloud of energy or residual or whatever, it's recording or and it can interact with you. So if you're at the time where this intelligence is around you and it understands that basic instruction, it will go towards candle or it will go towards equipment.
How does it know it's there? How can it see it?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. This is what intrigues me. This is why I'm into it all. How does it know? It's definitely there in some shape or form, no matter how you quantify it. But there's intelligence there some way. Is it AI? Have we been here before? And is this interdimensional? What is it? You interpret it as spirit world, the afterlife. I interpret it as perhaps as a universal energy that we don't understand. And it can interact with us for sure. You've got to be lucky and you've got to make the conditions correct for it. So you can either change the environment of the room by energizing the room, by spiritually awakening the room, whatever way you want to do it, you need to change the environment. So, for example, for somebody to flourish in a new home or in a relationship, so if you want to attract a woman, you have to make that environment a Garden of Eden for them. You need to do this for spiritual as well, for this interaction. As you says, Neil just said there, you're sat there and you're glum and negative. Who the hell going to want to come and talk to you?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You've got to create that place for them to want to visit, and then they will interact with you. And I think this is what people like Gary and Andy, and even myself, I hope to think I've been doing it long enough to think that I know what suits what spirit to come and interact. Yeah. So, and that's what we need to do. We all need to be thinking about these parameters to do it, rather than concentrating on, and I hate to say it, Jack, because you love them, and Adam Slim's going to hate me forever. They're looking at cat balls all night. That's just, cat balls are just part of the process, aren't they?
I've gone from cat balls now.
You've got cat balls, yeah. But I can't stand them. I can't stand them.
Public events, you know.
Exactly.
Andy,
yeah.
You know, and if you go to see something visual, I do like it where the public events using the dowsing rods, or you know, they're getting things that way. And
well, again, dowsing rods are to the person, aren't they? Yeah.
Well,
dowsing rods are personal to the person. They're the ones that, you know, if they're cheating themselves by going yes, no, that's them cheating, isn't it? So if they're just, as you say, doing it correctly, and then that's their interpretation. Same with cat balls. If you're getting yes, no questions all the time, answers all the time, then fair enough. But again, if you want to look at tangible evidence, and again, I don't know what tangible evidence is. You're the only person who knows tangible evidence. I could get Class A EVP. I'll get lots of good EVPs. But again, people, if I play it back, I'll never put my evidence online now, because I just think, he said something. What's the point? I just keep it for myself. I just keep it for myself.
That was brilliant. So I think we just got the energy circle going on the stage. All of a sudden, bloody explosion. It's balloon popping at the bottom of the auditorium. Didn't even know that the balloon's there. And it's like, we jumped. But, you know, that could be atmospherics.
I've seen
the timing of it, you know.
Going back to kit as well, in relation to kit, you know, why can't we have simple things like balloons? Why can't we have simple things like candles? Why have we always got to go for the extremities? I mean, a balloon can pick up on air velocity. It can pick up on channels of air, so environmental factors. I mean, there's a lot to do with simple things, and I mean, that's what we all need to be looking at. Everybody who's listening tonight needs to be looking at simple things that we can use on vigils that can help, that spirit can identify with. Because if you're going to go all night, okay, like the lights to red and like the LEDs to red all the time, I'm going, what the pigging are you on about? You know, simplify it, layman's terms it.
I don't know, because I've just purchased a little box, and a blue light comes on if the temperature drops loads, or a red light if it goes up. And it's not a steady rise, it's a sharp rise.
Again, that's an instrument. You bought an instrument, haven't you? So an instrument for scientific purposes,
I love
not an interaction.
But how the hell do they know how to make it cold and hot? So
they don't. It's because they're roaming, aren't they? They're roaming faster than the sensors.
But there's a stage
they're not making it hot or cold. It's just a purely environmental factor.
When they were going near it, it was going wet. Like, I've used it 3 times now, and on all occasions they've gone near it, it's gone blue. And as you speak to them more, they keep going up and it's going blue.
Yeah.
Then on all 3 occasions, it's then started going on to red a lot.
Yeah.
And
they're not standing there doing this with their hands to warm the temperature. It's just purely environmental. That plus or minus 5 degrees is a good indication. That's a dramatic decline in temperature to consider something.
How much temperature change it is, but it's just odd that on 3 investigations the blue lights will come on for a while.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they discover, oh, red light, and that starts coming on. And I
just think instruments form part of your case study, don't they? If you've got multiple trifel meters, you can't go wrong with a trifel. You've got old trifel meter as well.
I'm just trying to
get all these tools base your case, and then throw into a skilled medium, bring them in after the investigation, see what they get, and then the cross validation. That's the correct way to do things.
Biggest
tools are trust and truth.
That's it, isn't it? You know, you need that, and that's why I'm careful who I go out with, who I investigate with. I ain't wasting time.
I don't like going out with people who are like massively into their TikToks and lives. To be honest, and there are nice people, but you know that they're just in it for the wrong reasons, aren't you? Fair enough, put your evidence on later, you know what I mean? But when you're on a live, you just wait, okay, how many hundreds are tuned in now? Have I met my quota? Okay, come and watch me, you know, watch us do our stuff. And I mean, it's just, it takes the shine off it, really, doesn't it? You know, you're just in for the thrills and thrill seeking. Well, I like to personally, and you probably do as well, Jackie, to bring the history to life. Replay history, capture moments of history.
I like to do that, but I don't look at history in advance.
Yeah,
and then I get frustrated because I don't know the bloody questions because I haven't learned the history. And so I don't want to go for history. Interesting.
Get a massive buzz out of talking to characters that have been in the building or, you know, passing through the building. I mean, if you can get a prime character from the location and validate it, then wow, you know, paranormal bingo. You've ticked all the boxes for me.
Yeah,
but just in a K2 flash and a cat ball flash, I think I've gone past caring about it, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything for me now. And
a human pendulum. What's a human pendulum?
It's fine. It's cool. Like what Terry said. Like Terry was there at Smethwick. So when I invested Smethwick, that was with Keep Paranormal, and you were there as well.
Yeah.
And Nigel's team, oh bless him.
Yeah, Spectre, well. Bless his soul, good old Nigel.
Oh, bless him, yeah. So you were all there, and that's when Terry picked up on a couple of characters, and I got images of those characters. And Terry had been in the room before me, I think. And then when I got the imagery, it's like, oh my God, I saw these, you know, and got clarification. And oh God, the images I've got are still with me now. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't.
I mean,
I think I even said, it's like, oh God, do I have to see this? You know what I mean? I really didn't like what I was saying.
Okay. Here's a question for the mediums out there. So Terry, Gary, whoever's listening. Okay, and this is part of my own education. Is it possible for a medium to pass, I don't know if it's psychometry way, I don't know, to the people who want to see what you're seeing, can they touch you, an unbreakable type of thing? Can they get them visions? Is it possible to pass over visions to
a person? I think Gary does.
Yeah, can you do that? I don't know, I've never really seen it. Just my own educational purposes. So if anybody can answer that, then
we'll go back to that question as well, Shani, as well. So I like that. Yeah, you see the agreement with the site. Gary will get an image, he'll pass it on. I did a past life regression, and I did it with Robbie Crossan. And he was taking me every 5 years. And then at the end, he took me 3. But he was seeing as I was experiencing. So he knew at the end that my life was nearly over, which is why he didn't do 5 years at the end.
Yeah.
Because he knew it had come to an end, and he was sort of seeing that as it was working, which was
okay. So Gary's saying you can link in. So Gary, I need to.
That's how Gary works.
Yeah.
And that's what Gary does. He links with you with his guides. And when I first met him at Warwick Castle, I went in a room, and I was getting like 26 minutes of saying what was in the room. And it's
but you've got to be at a certain, I wouldn't say level, you've got to be at a certain resonate with Gary's energy to be able to do that.
But I
Yeah,
think
you've got to have something. You've got
Gary.
to have a connection. Yeah. Because I understand, again, going back to what I believe in, that energy that Gary's got and creates or gets given, he's got to be able to push that into you somehow. And he can use the word guides, or I can use the word energy stream. And again, it is that same crossover. But I would definitely love to experience that for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, you have
lighthouse.
to have a session with Gary and see what happens.
So yeah, I understand about the aura, because
Yeah.
expanding, merging, mixing auras. Yeah, that I understand that. So that's mixing energy fields. So yeah, I definitely want to experience that. We do that at Spiritual Church linking. See, I've not ever experienced that, Karen. So yeah, that's something I need to put on my.
I've done it with the media. Like the last public event I was in, I was picking up on a character, and so was this girl. We were getting different aspects, but at the end, it turned out it was the same one. So we both picked up that this woman was sitting in a window, and she says, well, she got what's it hair? Well, I didn't see that. I was getting her clothes, and I was getting more about her in a certain way, and then in the end, she was getting something what I was getting, so it tied in, and yeah. And I just got tired after that. But I shouted that night, to be fair.
Going back to my point, I think that's why it's best to only have one nominated medium, or at least if you've got mediums, other people just do what you do. Sit back, keep quiet, or write it down. I tell you what, that's what me and Andy do. And the guy, write it down and then compare later. After the vigils ended, if you picked up the same, the two mediums, you know, because I know you all work on different frequencies, different layers. You like to call it spiritual layers. So your energy is attracting something different to what the other medium does. But write it down and then you can chat. Because everybody's, as I say, when you get a group of them together, it's like, and everybody else gets lost. Everybody else in the vigil gets lost. It's not fair on the other people. When you've got 8 mediums going there, and you've got two investigators in there, and then, you know, it ruins the vigil, it ruins the night. So I think people need to start doing that as well, unless you've got one nominated or everybody writes it down.
Yeah.
And then
we didn't carry on with it. You know what I mean? It was just a quick, we've got that in the corner, that was it.
Yeah.
We weren't taking over the night and sort of the whole night, she's doing that. You know what I mean? We then let, you know, everyone else is there and they've got to
If you're saying that to me on investigation, when you walk in, okay, there's something up the corner, first thing I need to do is go over there with my trifeld and my various instrumentation to try and validate that, 1, there is an energy field there, 2, is it intelligent, 3, is it residual, and these are the things that how we can work together.
Yeah, that's right. And I stuck my arm on the window bit, and I felt something on my arm. So I sort of said, "Oh, do you want to go and stand there just to see if others got the same?" You know, I didn't say what I felt either. Just asked them to just see and sort of say what they got. Some were picking up sort of different feelings and sensations around their arms without me telling them that.
Yeah, we're all working with the same energy on with us in the room at the same time. But again, it's interpretation of that energy, and we all pick up and use that energy differently. You know, Gary can get to see a full-blown figure, and yourself, whereas I'll walk in, I'll pick straight away upon the empathy. If there's any empathy, I'll pick up if there's any cold spots. So I will get my certain tells, because we all get tells. You know, I either get a crook back, my back hurts. I always get a little twitch of sorts. Not being rude, I get a twitch. I get a twitch from the spirit about. But it's my tell. So if I'm walking around with my hands in my groin, then I know the spirit about.
That's his excuse. There you go, everyone.
Yeah, that's a good excuse. But we've got ourselves.
Back to this question from Shani, then I'll catch up.
What's that?
We're running out of time as well. Oh dear.
What questions?
Human pendulum. What do you think?
Can somebody explain what the pendulum is? I heard of the pendulum. The pendulum is a circle, and It's an old one of the older techniques that they use, isn't it? So you obviously pick the most sensitive one for the yes or no questions, and I get seen used a lot in relation to the crossing over ritual. And obviously, it's just a good form using the energy circle we've talked about, subjecting the mat in the middle, and we just use yes or no. I think they tend to go into a bit of I'm crap at it, so you never put me in the middle. But it's forward for yes, backwards for no. Is it tangible? I don't know, and I'm not. Some of our team use it a lot. They always get good results, but. And the people who are in the circle and the people who are in it, they definitely experience something. Is it a tangible form of communication? I don't know. As again, it's everybody's own interpretation.
That's
you
right,
ask the person in the middle who's being pushed and pulled. I don't know. Is anything tangible? I don't know. It's interpretation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you're at a public event, it's useful to try and get a skeptic in there because they don't believe. And
but not a skeptic you want to punch, because there's a lot of skeptics.
Yeah, because some of them are just like this, nothing's going to happen. But if you've
got £35, they pay £35 to sit there
don't want to be there, moaning.
Yeah.
Screw it up for everyone.
There's many a time I've had a word with people, and all they do, skeptics, all they do is turn up and they just lower the vibration, they lower the energy. Yeah. And then I'm there hoping to God that something not serious happens to them, but you know what I mean. They get a attempted walk in or an energy field that knocks them sick or even unconscious. I'll beg and hope. I mean, be a skeptic. I'm still a skeptic in a way. I'm a skeptical believer, and I always will be. Yeah. Until somebody comes and sits on my lap, or I start having a full discussion with them, then I'll always remain that way. But there is something there for sure. But skeptics, all they do, majority, is come to ruin your night. That's it. Yeah. They've been dragged along by the wife or the missus who wants to come and, experience. Their energy's always high. And then the skeptical husband's there, probably had a few shandies before or kebab or something, and just sit there taking the piss. That's a majority. That's a majority. Skeptical believers, fine. Skeptical.
If you're hosting and there's one person who's a skeptic, it's a bloody long night, isn't it? Because you just know this is going to happen. Christ. You just haven't got a chance.
Yeah, I'm crying.
No matter what you do, whatever you throw at it, nah.
Yeah. I just want one day for a skeptic to have the Trinity the bloody scratched into his skull or something, and that'd be good.
I love this one. So before Shona goes to a location, she has a dream about various things that's happened. And that's lovely, that is. Yeah, it can happen. And
premonition, it's cool, isn't it? So, I know a lot of people have a lot of premonitions, and I've had them myself before. Especially I went to the nunnery in Worcester, the Morgans. Nat Lawrence's place, spectacular. If you've not been there, go there. Same with George Jarvis, and same with a new place, But a week before I went to the nunnery, I was having dreams of a priest, nightly dreams, and he had slick, dirty black hair, and he kept showing me his fingernails, and his fingernails were tobacco stained and horrid. And all week I was having that, and I got there and I spoke to the guy, and I know it was a nunnery, but was there a priest here?
Hey,
Hi, Lorian. Oh, mate. And I asked the guide on the night, was there a priest here? Because he keeps coming to me in visitation, in dreams. And she went, yeah, it was there. And basically all night he was following us around, and then we did some kind of modern seance with tech. And attempted. I've never had it before, and I've never experienced or felt anything. But all I can put it down, I think you guys, the people say it was a walk-in attempt, but I think it was merging energies more than anything. So his energy field was merging with mine, and it was knocking me sick. It got to a point where I think it was Tanith and Medium was running the vigil, and they had to abandon it because they could see I was being infected, and apparently I was physically characteristics changing. But all I could see was this man throwing children's clothing into the fire. And his stains on his fingernails that I could see in my dreams were from the fire and the charcoal and the stainage on these children. He was hiding something. And yeah, that'll live with me forever. That was a strange experience.
Yeah, but it's an incredible place. I went with Tony Ferguson.
Nunnery is beautiful. It is really beautiful.
It was a really stormy night. So we did get a bit of noise because of the wind, but straight away we went into one of the rooms and you could hear something being dragged from above. And we had a lot happen, and incredible place. I like to go in the daylight, to be fair. I don't even know what it looks like.
That's gorgeous.
Creepy anyway.
Just seen Lorien's one. Lorien just
Lorien's lovely.
I just want to say, well done, Lorien, for all the hard work you're putting in relation to your historical.
It's beautiful. The font and the design work on it as well. The words, how do you write like that?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's put in the heart and soul and passion into the community, I mean, I warrant a well done, a congratulations. I think we just need to egg each other on, don't we, the best we can.
Definitely.
As I say, we just all want to
mention as well, and it is incredible. And
I've never met Kev. I've never met Kev, is it Cal as well? Cal Cooper and
I've investigated with Cal.
Yeah, they're all part of the Paranormal Society, aren't they? So,
it's SPR, isn't there? And
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait.
As long as we're all doing good for the field in the UK, I can do whatever they want.
Right, just be true to yourself, and that's it, isn't it?
Give a personal message and they're gone. See, I wish I had that skill, Terry. I wish I could do that. Say, your nan's come back. Yeah. Your nan's come back to you and she watches everything you do and just zip it back up.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyone hasn't sent me that.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I did. I sent it through to Daryl and it's too late, so it never made it. But it obviously you're doing a different one, so yes. Cheers. Inverewe Jail. Oh my God, you're up there. Because there's quite a few up there, aren't there? Justin's up there. Paranormal and history.
I mean, it's just, because is it Bonnie Tyler or somebody's doing concerts in Edinburgh and nobody can get Bonnie Tyler. What's her name? What's the singer Swift? Well, I don't know. Taylor Swift, that's it. Bonnie Tyler. I'm showing my age now. She's in Edinburgh and digs are ridiculous. Nobody can get a place to stay. Gary's got his van. But everybody, I mean, everything's gone up like £2,000 a night because they're getting rid of all the owners as well, shipping them to Aberdeen just for Taylor Swift.
Oh, no.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, that should be a couple of cracking invests there. I mean, jails are obviously.
Oh, bless you. You've got to finish now anyway. I'll be told off.
Karen, thanks for tuning in and thanks for your input.
Oops. But thanks everyone for commenting. Thanks for watching. Russ, thanks so much. And
can you check out the Haunted Exchange? Let me do my pitch, please. I need to get some work done. Can you do the Haunted Exchange on Facebook? Give us a look. And Wednesday Paranormal, of course, if you're not members, give us a look, please. I've come on here praising everybody up except for myself, so get on there. Give us a like.
Yeah, so we've got Wednesday Paranormal. I've got Andy Moore on next week, so he's going to push on to Exchange as well. Outdoor investigations, you get a lot of noise. You get a lot of noise from nature. And
yeah, I know, but wind I do a lot of them, and they are.
I want to do more. Yeah.
Cannock Chase, 26 miles of historical.
I need to go to Cannock Chase. I need to go camping.
Cannock Chase is an epicenter of it.
Thank you.
No. But it's Cannock Chase. I mean, outside, get out, do it. Why not? Nature just adds to the energy, really.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I like Dale Abbey near me, and it's a Hermitage cave. And as soon as the night comes, it's massive change. It sort of gets quite dark here and sinister, and the birds you can hear some bit, as the dusk comes, and then
and the old beliefs, following the old beliefs and researching the old beliefs, taking part in paganism and Wicca, and I mean the nature, the elements. elementals, I mean, the energy, that they used to worship them for a reason. They used to worship them for a reason. And you can tap into that energy work. You can tap into that energy works. Oh, yeah, no doggy. You can use that energy for your good.
No flashing your lights. No. Don't flash the torch, for God's sake. Bad idea. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's watching. And Andy Moore next week. And look after yourselves. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
See you guys.
I'll get into trouble. Gone on too long. Thank you. Bye. Bye.